Yeah, hi. I'm Larry Gillis, Associate Professor at UMUC, and I want to review the first week of our Administrative Law course. Here's my cheat sheet, and I hope you enjoyed the first week. It wasn't any particularly heavy lifting. Some of the materials, we had a lot of materials, but I find that the course is very much rooted in the textbook. Happily, the textbook attempts to systematically cover the materials, and you've got the textbook available to you. We have to pick and choose, but you've got the whole textbook, so review it. The review that I provided, review the whole textbook. So you own the book, take a look at it. It's it's a whole discipline. It's not just piecemeal. The textbook that we use is the Hall Administrative Law, 4th edition. The assignment this week is Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Appendix D, dealing with legal research administrative law. Chapter 1 is and it deals specifically with the sources of law. Some of it's basic civics, if you will, and but it deals with a grant of governmental power from the people to the government through the U.S. Constitution, and then in turn the Congress, in exercise of the legislative authority, create administrative agencies. Now, the difference is Congress, in exercise of its constitutional power, has pretty broad powers because of the necessary and proper clause, as the text mentions. And that means here's a grant of authority to do it, get it done. And then the administrative agencies are creatures of statute, which means yes, they can get the job done, but only to the extent that they're authorized to do so by statute. There's a big difference. And if you're stuck with a administrative regulation that your client don't want to get stuck with, you challenge the administrative agency and see if it's gone beyond the authority expressly granted to it by the enabling legislation. Or the other thing is maybe Congress or the legislature in question has delegated too much of its power. Anyway, that's what Chapter 1 is all about. It's an introduction to the topic. Also, it deals with the executive, or introduces you to a sampler, sort of a Whitman's sampler. Although it's not chocolates, it's administrative agencies. If you want a real exposure, take it to the scope of administrative agencies in your life. Go to the web bibliography for the course and take a look at the government organization manual. You'll be stupefied at the number of agencies that are in there, and each one of them has been deliberately created by Congress. The Chapter 2 is entitled Bureaucracy and Democracy. It that we have, which deals with federal authority and state authority. Keep in mind we have two parallel universes. Right? Some given to the federal government that can only be exercised by the federal government, such as the power to declare war. Also the other thing, federalism, 2 levels. Keep in mind we have horizontal separation of powers, so we get 3 agencies, 3 organs of government: legislative, judicial, entirely different. The Appendix D deals with take a look at the hyperlink that's in the bibliography, and it'll give you a tutorial on how to research administrative regulations, all that good stuff. While you are there, you may also want to look at the modules that we have for each week. They're not assigned, but they're superb. It's black letter law. It's very hard information that is right there, and you read it and believe it. It's just that straightforward, instead of having to figure it out for yourself. There are modules that I will suggest each week. The conferences this week are self-introductions, your stand-up imitation of what you think an administrative agency is, and then I ask you some of the concepts that are free-floating for this week, and I'll do that each week. Then I ask you if you have any questions, then I review the materials. So that's basically what this week is all about. I will make a closing suggestion, and that is at the end of each chapter there are review questions. They're not required or anything like that. You can skip right over them. But if you want to really solidify your appreciation of the materials, do the review questions. You don't have to write it down. Just ask yourself the question and give yourself 5 minutes to answer each one, and at least you will have thought about it. That's really very important. Second thing is you'll see bolded words in the text. Pay attention to those words. Ask yourself what they mean. And then lastly, as we have individual cases referred to, brief them. You know how to brief cases. So that's what the first week is all about, and we'll see you next week.